Welcome. A little scuffed in the beginning here. I tried to add text, but I have no idea how to do that, so oh well. Just put that up there for now. Whatever. This is an empty space. Listen, I'm a professional. Hello, everyone. Wanted to play Derail Valley. So I got to take a good picture of the big diesel now that I made my skin for it. Because the only ones that are here are in the roundhouse and the shadows, and I can't move it because I don't have the license for it yet. But I want to take some good pictures because I got to try to put my skins on Nexus. Alright, I think we're all ready to go. That looks good. But anyway, what I was trying to put in text, I'll just put in the chat. Use commands to see a list. Now I'm just going to run Discord now. Because I have a new Discord that I finally made. So there. Look at that, I have MooBot. Aren't I a professional? You know what picture I need there? No, I won't do it, but the dog, I have no idea what I'm doing meme. Because as far as the MooBot thing and running a Discord thing, I've never done that before. I mean, I'm in plenty of Discord groups and stuff, but I've never actually done it myself. Hi there, Burn. You are the human. Oh, Kaz, please. My cat, Kaz, one of them. It's just decided he needs to be on my shoulder now. Okay, fine. Alright, what were we doing? I don't quite remember. But that skin is done. Tone W. And well, you've seen that. What you didn't see yet is the big DE6. Well, this skin went much easier than any of the other ones. And it's alright. Of course, the real OW was out of business before this engine was even invented. Well, yeah. OW went out of business in '57. These locomotives are probably... Well, they might have started making them in the late 50s. I don't know. It's actually a GP 15, I think. It's a locomotive that EMD made, but it's specifically for exporting. Like, they made a lot of them for Eastern Europe, especially, and other places in Europe and all sorts of other countries. But I don't think there's any in America. If they are, they got imported back, I think. In America, a 6-axle locomotive like this would be designed differently, a little different, and they would be an SD instead of a GP. GPs were always 4 axles. But it came out pretty good, I think. I'm not crazy about the font on the number on the side there. I think it's the most accurate if you look at old pictures of O&W FTs and F3s. But, I don't know. I like it on the front. I don't like it on the side too much. It's got to grow on me. And after a little bit of fiddling around, I got the back to look good too. At first I tried to have the yellow line go right up underneath the headlight, but it was way too much of an arch. It looked really funny, so this is better. Very simple. The reason why it was so simple, for the most part, is I'll show you a little secret when I paint skins, is I didn't start with the default skin. I started with this skin, this Southern Railroad skin, which is a beautiful skin on its own right. But see that white line? I painted it yellow. Pretty much all I had to do was paint the white line yellow and anything that was green, gray, for the most part. And I did the front with the plow and those diagonal lines there too. I did have to design the front and back ends. But besides that, everything else was pretty much copy-paste. And I took the number boards from this one, Pennsylvania Railroad one. And I used the skin sometimes to figure out exactly where I wanted my round herald, or I could have really started with this one too, but I liked where this stripe was a little better. And this stripe went straight across, which is easier to deal with than this one, which does this. But yeah, that's all done. You guys saw the shunters already. And we're not even near. There's no steam engine here to show off, so... Alright, let's get to work. We are in Machine Factory. I guess I'll set this. There was a mod that let you hit Alt and then click on one of these tabs to instantly go to that part of this book. Unfortunately, with one of, I think the update that added the snow, it added a few different changes, little changes to UI, and somehow that mod broke for this. And it's been a little while, and it never got fixed. It's sad, but so now you got to scroll through every single page. It's a pain in the ass. But really, I have these yards so memorized. I don't even really use this much. Wait, is that Machine Factory? Yeah. I don't really use that too much, except to see what track I need to come in when I'm coming into a station from somewhere else. Then maybe I'll say, okay, I need to go on the first. You know, sometimes I forget which side is one and which side is two. Actually, that happens a lot in Machine Factory here. Our lights on. Throw this switch back. Just hollow it up. Check something on Discord first, real quick. Hold on. One second. Nope. I was wondering if Moobot announced me, but it doesn't. Oh, thanks, Burn. Thanks for pinging for me. There. So, actually, I'm not too sure what cars I'm taking yet. I think I'm done switching here. I'll make Sure. I think that's why I went and fueled up, though. I was ready to leave. Usually Final Fantasy music isn't this quiet. Did I screw something up? I can barely hear it. Audio. Audio is the absolute worst. I'm gonna... I don't think I did. Well, I might have done it with the volume mixer, actually. Because I had to play with the volume mixer for something else. I was playing Melody's Escape. Why can't I get the taskbar to pop up on the... I need my volume mixer. Please. Yeah, of course you would set up over there. No, I don't want to configure or test or disable. I just want the volume mixer. No? I've never done it. Properties? No. Oh, come on. No, I just want the volume mixer. Windows, please. Screw it, the song's over anyway. I just want this stupid... Oh, I know what to do. I hope that doesn't mess up the stream. There. That is what I wanted. I'm running out of... I do need a third monitor. I'm running out of space. Actually, groove is pretty high. In the mixer, it's high. Where's the volume setting on this stupid thing? Really? I have to maximize it to see the volume control? Yes, I do. Oh yeah, it's set pretty low. Yeah, that sounds pretty loud to me. I really hate fiddling with volumes. So it's such a pain in the ass. Let's see how it is once I get in game. Because I think the average viewer really doesn't care that much about the engine noise. I would think. I like the engine noise a lot, but most people I would think would be like, okay, that's enough hearing the diesel go roar. And the brakes squealing. Well, yell at me if something's too loud or too soft. I should just say that as like a command for MooBot. Just randomly say, yell at Red Bear if something is too loud or too soft. Oh, Lord. Oh yeah, we got the hand card at the end of last stream. It's kind of useless, but every once in a while you might use it for something. Let's see. Usually I would say I'm not going to bother with this little switching job. It's only $1,200, but you know what? $1,200 is $1,200. Okay, I can't do this. That's hazmat. Goods factory. Oh yeah, I was going to take these two to food factory. Why did I fuel up if I wasn't ready to leave? I still had switching jobs to do. Oh, because there was just this one that was to get ready for harbor job that I wasn't going to do. I figured these were too small, but I'm going to do them. Screw it. Did those go in the right spot? Yeah. Hello? Uh-oh. Okay. unload 4 cars and load 3 cars. Load 3 cars and it's going to be split up on 2 tracks. Really, you couldn't put 3 cars together? Well, the 4 cars should... that's probably this set. It's gotta be. Yep, 97. Well, that ended abruptly. Didn't think I was gonna run into the road, but I did. Yes. So yeah, I have a Discord now. Well, you know that, Vern. Yeah, I got the Discord and I got the MooBot set up. Did that last night. Stuff that I should have done probably years ago, but I just never had the motivation to do it, I guess. I kind of set a sort of New Year's resolution type thing. Say, you know what, I need to stream. There's a slight enough chance that I could get affiliate, and even then, how much am I gonna make? $10 a month or something? But hey. If I make that much, it would be amazing, actually. But yeah, and I like Derail Valley, so I was like, you know what? Start a new fresh save. Oh, I'm telling you this now, I already did, but new fresh save and just start from scratch. I do want to stream other games too. I almost did a different game tonight, and I said, but then I started doing with the skins, and now I want to take a good picture of the DE6 skin, and I can't do that here, so we got to go somewhere else and find one that's out in the sun. That's my excuse for playing Derail Valley tonight. And I do really like this game anyway. Oh, Jesus, stuck in the corner. It is a lot of fun starting from scratch. Most people just see it as an annoying grind. To have to grind through the game to make enough money to do what you want to do. But I don't know, I guess maybe I like it. I like the challenge. That's why it started on hard instead of normal. Okay. Oh. I need to get a move on. This is a simple one. I don't have to break up the cars afterwards. Where am I going after I unload? B1. Okay. And 1 is right or left. So this yard is the one that I always forget. That one's 4. Then 1 is all the way right. Yeah, it's ordered from 1 to 6 that way. Which is backwards in my head for some reason. It's all about perspective, I guess. Kaz, please, don't be a pest. Yes. Okay, I thought I did it right, but I wasn't positive. So the next license I want is MU, which by the time I do these couple of switching jobs, and then I run a train, that double train up to Food Factory, that should be enough for MU, multiple unit. And then I can do the bigger switching jobs and bigger long hauls. So that should pay itself off pretty quick, I would think. And then I have to decide whether or not to buy the remote, which is here. That's another $30,000. Or save my money for the steam engine. It's kind of a crazy idea to not get the remote. The remote is so incredibly useful for switching, especially. But the remote doesn't do squat for the steam engine, so if I'm going to get the steam engine relatively early on. Hi there, Lucy. If I'm going to get the steam engine relatively early on, then the remote might be kind of a waste. I don't know. I also want to get the caboose relatively early too, even though I really don't need, you don't need the caboose, but I like it. I just like having it. I think you saw the finished skin, Lucy, for the OW, the gray one. Came out pretty good. Except I can't put the logo on the front and I can't put the number. The logo is supposed to be in the center of the yellow part and the number is supposed to be big and in the center. Well, same as this one. It should be like that on the front too. But I can't because of those fins. So I put the numbers up there, which looks decent. The logo here, at first I thought it was a good idea. Well, first off, it needs to go back a little bit so that it's not on that seam. That doesn't look too great. But also, I already got the logo there under the numbers, so it has to grow on me, I guess. I might get rid of the logo on that end altogether. It's a little silly, I think. Also, I'm wasting time by talking about the skin instead of moving. They didn't give me much time because it's just move these cars from one track to the other, basically. I don't have to break them up. And I'm chit-chatting. Well, it's not like the speedy bonus isn't going to be much. The whole job is only paying out like $1,500 or something. So the speedy bonus is going to be like, what, $500 maybe? But still, it's money. Please, thank you. All the way right, yes. Is this playlist shuffling? I just realized that it's playing too much Final Fantasy in a row. Repeat off, shuffle. Shuffle! Oops. Oh well. I don't know how shuffle got turned off. Although I guess actually, I have to turn off shuffle before I start the playlist so that it starts with the right song, and then turn on shuffle. Because for some reason with Groove Music Player, instead of keeping the shown playlist in the same order and just shuffling which song plays next, it actually shuffles the playlist when you look at it. Oops. Probably shouldn't do that. It's kind of annoying because Media Player, it keeps the list in the same order and just shuffles which song it plays next. So you can just keep the list in the same order. I have it on shuffle. I always have Media Player on shuffle. And then just double click the top song, which is the one you want to start the stream with. For some reason with Groove you can't do that. So when I'm playing my all music list or whatever else, when I'm not streaming, I have to turn off shuffle, start up the stream list, start the stream with the right song, and then turn on shuffle. I don't know why I don't just use Media Player actually, but I'm trying to make myself use this stupid Groove thing because eventually maybe there'll be a Windows 10 update and then, oh, you're using Media Player somehow? No, I can't do that. Actually, I don't know if my Windows is gonna update anymore, and I don't know. I'm kind of worried about what's gonna happen if it does, because, well, it's kind of probably not something I should mention on stream, but there's a little watermark in the corner of my screen again. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So I'm a little worried about what happened there. Oh, 7 minutes, good. Okay, how much was the speedy bonus? Oh, the speedy bonus was almost 1,000. Wow, okay, that was more than I thought it would be. Good. So until I find a way to fix that certain watermark, I'm not gonna want Windows to do much of anything. I'm gonna want to keep Windows happy, let's say. Okay. This next job is gonna be a loading job, which means we can find the empties ahead of time. Although it's only 12 minutes, so probably all 3 empties in one spot. Yeah, one pickup. Yeah, all 3 empties are going to be in the same spot. But still, they might be buried. I bet they're in the back end here, actually. That's LO2. That's probably it. Yep. So, 1, 2, 3. Yep. I can really... I was gonna dig them out, but I don't have to. This whole yard is double-ended, so I'm just gonna work it from the other end. You know what? Usually, I always just leave the angle cock open here on the car, because that's what I'm used to when I worked on the actual railroad. But since it's a double-ended yard, I might want to hook up to the other end, and then it'll be open, and the air will just blow out. So. Going to close it back up. What you don't want to do is never blow the air, though, because then the brakes won't be set and the cars can just roll away. Especially because so far there's no such thing as handbrakes in this game. Except on the caboose. The caboose has a handbrake, but that's it. The regular freight cars and passenger cars, they don't have handbrakes. The engines don't have handbrakes. It's a little silly, actually. But I'm guessing eventually they'll add them. Some of the cars, like the box cars, have a really fancy, nice-looking brake wheel on it. So the fact that it doesn't move is a little funny. Especially because the brake wheel is very similar to the brake wheel on the caboose. But other freight cars, like the flat cars, which most freight is on, and probably the tankers too, they're going to have to figure out how to add a handbrake to eventually. Flat cars, it would be a lever brake, I would think. It wouldn't be a wheel. Unless you put a stand on one end with a wheel like the real old-fashioned flat cars. But I don't think these flat cars are supposed to be that old. So was it this yard or the other yard? I know it was this end. But which yard? I'm gabbing too much. I think it was the other yard. Whoops, we're in the wheel. I was going to stop before the crossing. It was these cars, wasn't it? It's the other yard. That's all O2. Yeah. I didn't open the door. Oh well. I'll open this one. So how's everyone doing out there? Anybody that might be here? I started earlier tonight. Didn't start quite as early as I was originally planning because I was fiddling with a couple of things. I wanted to add text to my stream. Like there's a couple of blank spots on the screen I was going to just add something saying, type exclamation mark commands to see what you can do. But I didn't give myself any kind of time to play around with that, and I already announced the stream, so I didn't figure it out right away, so I didn't do it. I could just make a freaking thing in MS Paint. Oh no. Well, it's plug and play probably, but it came with software that it doesn't work. Wow. Can you look it up online and download the right thing? Usually that's what people do. Like even a lot of things, instead of including a CD with the software, it will just flat out say in the instruction book, go to such-and-such.com and download the drivers, and it's like, okay. It just doesn't work. Oh, that's weird. I blame Windows 10. I know that's not really the problem, but because they're new anyway. But whatever, I don't like Windows 10 so much. Might be Windows 10. It might be. Maybe I'm right. Okay. SLO2. 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 You got error. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's strange for a new keyboard and mouse. Off-brand. Eh. Shouldn't matter. So what, there's like side buttons and stuff that don't work? Minutes. Of course you're gonna make me put it on B. Not that big a deal really, but I'm gonna complain anyway. Oh, right, we're in reverse. Oh, that sucks. Did you search for like forums and stuff on the exact keyboard and mouse? Of course, if it's an off-brand, that's gonna make it tricky. But especially with the vibration on the controller. That could be very useful. I don't know. Yeah, that sucks. Oh, this is one of the songs that's all dead air for a while. Uh-oh. Where's the propagators? You gotta kill them in pairs. That is what this song is, pretty sure. Yeah, Lucy knows what I'm talking about. Nep. I think. Don't tell Mick. Oh, we're going to the other yard. That's right. I a pro or what? Well, I gotta throw the switches for track 5. Track 5. That's what, all the way, almost all the way right. This one? Yes. Of course, there's a few other cars there. Do, 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 do. I tell you, the remote would be nice for times like now when I'm trying to peek around 3 cars. Oh, it's the next track over. Thought I was coupling with those cars. That's not what I was reaching for, and you know it, game. Open up. Okay. Wait, where's the clear marker? Are we done? Is that the clear marker? No. There it is. Oh, yeah. Blind as a bat tonight, apparently. As useful as the teleport or dash button is, you know, whenever I blink forward like that, I kind of wish the game didn't have that. You lose a lot of realism doing that. But they would also have to give you a lot more time with jobs if you had to realistically run around. Okay, that was not as much money, but whatever. It's free money, basically. Well, not quite free because it does cost some fuel to do it. Okay. Easy peasy. Okay, no more switching jobs. So now we have 2 jobs going to Harbor. That would be really light. It's only 100 tons. I can't do more than 2 jobs because I don't have concurrent jobs 2 yet. Probably going to be the next thing after MU. 2,700 plus 2,700, so that's what? A little over 5,000. That's 5,400. That I know I can't do. So 5,400 to go from here all the way down to Harbor. That's a bit of a that's pretty much all the way across the map. The other option, but it's only 100 tons, so it would be really easy. Long distance, but really easy. Now, if I had concurrent jobs too, I could have as many jobs as I wanted. Then I could tack this on for another 2,000 because we go right through City Southwest anyway. But unfortunately, I can't do that because I only have concurrent jobs 1. That's a bunch of empty cars going to goods factory. It's only worth 5,000, and goods factory is all the way over here. That's even worse than the load. I think Harbor and Town, what I just say, 5,400. That's not even 5,000 all the ways. Yeah, so that's definitely not worth it. And City Southwest is not on the way to goods factory, so that leaves these two. Food factory in town. Long one, which I have. 3,500 plus 3,800, so that's 7,300. And we've got, but it's heavier. It's 136 tons plus 150, so that's like 300 tons. I'm trying to think now. Now 300 tons, if we're all on level track, is fine because we shunter can handle up to 400 tons. Now from here, it's downhill to Iron Mine, right? Yeah. And I know from here it's downhill into Food Factory because leading out of Food Factory either way is pretty steep. It's actually a lot harder than I remembered. Yeah, we can do 300 tons pretty easy, I think. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. These two loads. Now, hopefully, the game's not gonna make me go fuel up my switcher again. I only did 2 little switch jobs, so I should have plenty of fuel still. But it's kind of strict about that kind of thing in the beginning. Now, next question is, are these 2 already hooked up? FH25. I think it is then. FH25. Oh no, this is all FH25, okay. FH25. Alright. And FH92 is the other one. Oh, okay. It's these 2. Here and here. So we'll put these 2 together on this track, then run around and go on the other end. Volume leveling, not even once. I love how some of my songs are really loud and the other ones are really soft. Yeah. I'll have to talk to Krong someday. I think he has like audio ducking software. Well, I don't know if audio ducking is what audio ducking I think would make the music get quieter whenever I would talk, which I don't really want. I would want something that balances the volumes of the song so that one's not super loud and the other one's super quiet. That's trickier, I would think, to accomplish. Also, is my mic too noisy? I played back one of my VODs and there was like a constant noise, I think, coming from the mic, like just a whoosh. Mic's fine? Okay. Because I could try messing around with a noise gate again. I did that once before. But I have a feeling, since I don't talk very loud, if I tried the noise gate thing, I might get cut off. Whenever I'm like a Discord call or whatever, I just use push to talk. Then I don't have to worry about it. The good thing about me always streaming at night so far is it's pretty dark in my room, which means the freaking birds aren't squawking like crazy. If I stream during the day, even with I have the decently thick curtain on the window, but still it's bright enough that they just squawk, squawk, squawk. Like if I turn the light on now, they'd be loud. That's my other one, right? FH92. Get past the crossing with all the string line. Not in any rush because I'm not on the clock yet. Well, this might not be a heavy train, but it's going to be pretty long. Yeah, each one is 10 cars, so we're going to have 10, 20 cars total. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So 17 cars. Not bad for one little switcher. Are they empties? Empty containers. Okay, that's why they're not heavy. That makes sense. This one. And there. Can't see. There's a house in the way. There we are. Just look for the dangling brake hoses, and that's where you got to connect. And yes, that was Mike Mnemonic complaining about the traffic. The other end's not open, right? I'm pretty sure I never touched these cars. That's one. Now, we need to run the other engine to the other end here. I guess I could just leave it parked right here. Yeah, there's enough room. And run through C. Okay. Yeah, we'll be lazy and do it that way. Now, what am I doing? Now, this is a situation where if we had handbrakes, you would set a couple of handbrakes and not blow the air. You'd keep it bottled. But there's no handbrakes in this game, so and I don't want these cars rolling around. And now I remember to close this valve back because I'm going to hook up at the other end, and I don't want the air escaping. the loading track is the through track, so that'll work. Because I'm kind of being lazy here and leaving from this track and B yard, which means if I come back from the food factory end, then the switches are going to lead to that track. But that's not that big a deal. You have plenty of time when you're coming into the machine factory to throw the switches. It's mostly like the logging camps and the sawmill and steel mill. Those are the places that you really got to worry about how you're leaving the switches when you leave the town. I could back the whole thing up and then go over on, say, the passenger track, and then that way we'll leave the switches lined up for the passenger track the next time around. But if you back out that way, you start backing down that big hill that we came up last stream, where I had, well, that was the stream that nobody was here because it was like 5 in the morning, but I had to run up on foot and get a second engine to get me up the hill because I stalled out on the hill. So that wouldn't happen with these because it's not that heavy, but still, why bother messing with the hill when I don't have to? Yeah, I had like 405 tons, and that is a massive hill coming up from City Southwest. And I don't have MU yet, so I had to take the second engine and tack it on the front, and then I had to keep swapping back and forth between the two engines, watching for wheel slip and giving her more power and more sand and stuff. But once I got her moving, then I was able to just drop the throttle and sand on one of the engines and drag it into place, basically. It was worth it, though. It was decent money. For hard, anyway. Where's my train? 'Cause this is a long train, but they're empty containers, so they're not that heavy. Although when I was just moving one set of 10 cars onto the other set of 10 cars, it wasn't super light. You know, I was slipping the wheels a little bit, just a tiny bit if I hit the throttle a little too hard, but you know, just don't do that. Just gonna make sure we got air at this end. Yep. 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this is what I'm gonna call inspecting the train. You can't really like check the brake shoes. I mean, they're all gonna look exactly the same. Oh, we're rolling a little bit. That's okay. But you know, we're gonna make sure that we got 9 cars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, I've never seen a situation where there's a freight haul where the cars weren't already all together. But I check anyway, just for the hell of it. Because in real life, you have to inspect the train before you leave the yard. Like, inspect all the brakes, make sure they're all working, make sure no handbrakes are stuck on, make sure there's no, like, hanging equipment or anything. So, we're doing a very simplified version of that, which is just count the cars. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now we're looking for 8 cars, FH92. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yes, with this song, I am greatly testing the whole DMCA thing, because technically, while we do have what's her name singing, it's a remix with a Sonic song. So it should be okay. It's Sonic music in the background. It is not what's her name? Lady Gaga. It's not her in the background. This is the only way I listen to Lady Gaga music, by the way. Well, not really. If like the song came on, I wouldn't freak out or anything. It's just I would complain. C6. Usually I don't like pop music, but the remix is nice. Actually, I like. I'll admit it. I like Lady Gaga. She's one of the very few newer artists that I like. Well, she's not even that new anymore, but you know what I mean. Usually I don't listen to anything newer than 90s. Let's just say that. Although I like all music for the most part. Okay, both trains go to the same track in Food Factory, which is nice. Let's start moving. Oh, what's the timer? I didn't set my timer. 38 minutes. That's a whole lot of time. Excuse me. 35, 6, 7. Probably should have set that at 37 minutes because I didn't set it right as I started the job, so whatever. Well, if that song does get flagged, then I get to try out YouTube's new feature. I tried it out once already. There was just a feature where you would be able to mute your video where the evil copyrighted music was. But apparently there's a feature on YouTube now. I tried it once and I didn't play the video back and check and see how it worked, but supposedly you can remove the music without removing the other sounds? Question mark? So I'll try that if it gets claimed. Of course, that doesn't work on Twitch, but the Twitch VOD might get muted. We'll see. Best to test these things out now before I get anything anywhere near popular or affiliate or anything like that. Then I'll know exactly what songs I can and can't play. Okay, we're at a 10 speed limit, so let's speed her up. And we're downhill too, which is nice. Another dead song. Oh yeah, Doom music. The best version of Doom. Sega 32X. Fight me. I think the speed limit was 7. I didn't notice it. Rip me. I think it was 7. It's not like we're going to pass 60 anyway, probably. Even though we're going downhill. Maybe we will since we're going downhill. Not a whole lot of weight though. We'll stop at 60. Oh, 8. We'll coast. Oh, they're up to 70, just coasting. Oh, 5. Oh boy, 5. That's not nice to bring me from an 8 to a 5. Was that too much brakes? Probably, because I released them when you first started here in the air, and we're still slowing down. Yeah, that's why it's a 5 for the switch. 45. We're still downhill. So yeah, coming up this way, the other direction that we're going now, with a ton of full iron ore hoppers is really tough. But the thing that I never thought to do is to go the other way here to our left. If you're coming from the other direction, that's a bypass that goes around Machine Factory. The route is a little longer, but it doesn't have this crazy steep climb. So next time I run an iron ore train down, which is not going to be for a while because that'll be the steam engine. I might try that out. 4. Slowing down. A little bit of independent. Perfect. Usually I overbrake. That was pretty good. This whole tunnel, it's a big long curved tunnel, and the whole thing is 40. You might have seen up to the right, you could already see the iron mine that we're about to run through. I'm not going to stop there and look at the steam engine because I can't. I'm not going to buy the license for it in a while, and it would be a good place to take pictures of it. I don't want to waste time stopped here and then having to start up, though. We're on the clock, darn it. I can always go around with the hand cart just to take pictures. That's actually a good excuse to use the hand cart. Is this thrown right? Yeah, okay. I figured it would be set for the center track, but sometimes the game is mean. The first time you go into a place like this, it's like, haha, go down the dead end. Let's see, what steam engine did they give me? New York Central? Yeah. Oh, the number manager works again, so it's got a number now. Yay. Bunch of hoppers. Now, out of all these hoppers, if we see a black one with an O&W, that one I made. And I use the term made very lightly because I just took somebody's New York Central skin and copied the paint color and blocked out the NYC and added O&W instead. So, you know, ta-da. Totally original paint job. Do not steal. Listen, I'm allowed to steal it, not you. Oh, we're going uphill. 0.5. I was wondering if there was any uphills this way. I wasn't sure. I knew where the big uphills would be, the one that we just came down, and then we're going to come down another hill going into the food factory, but I wasn't sure if there was an uphill this direction. And there is. It's not too bad though, I think. I guess at 7 we're going or spin the wheels. Get the sand on. Close the door, it's too loud. Yeah, that's how you know it's not that heavy, because we're managing the pickup speed uphill. I'm giving her almost, that's full throttle, but still. If it was heavy, it would be a full throttle and doing like 30 crawling up the hill. Throttle and sand, and you can see how fast it's slowing back down. Don't want to burn through all my sand either, or overheat the engine. That sucks too. That was why I stalled out. Well, I think I would have stalled out anyway coming up that hill into the machine factory, but the engine was overheating, so I had to drop throttle or else the engine would have died. And I dropped throttle, and the engine and the train just crawled to a halt. It was just like, I was like, no. Then I couldn't move. I tried stopping, waiting for the engine to fully cool down, and then using sand and full throttle, and I couldn't even move. Then I had to get the other engine. It's all about momentum when you're trying to haul something that's too heavy for the engine you're using, especially. Wait, okay, now it's level. So that whole stretch was uphill, now it's level. It wasn't a really steep hill, though. It was, I think, 0.5 grade, which isn't too bad. Once you get over, like, 1.5% grade, that's when it starts getting really steep. Well, even 1 is steep, but... Okay, there goes the bell for the temperature. That was a 6. We're only doing 40. Oh, come on, the sign said level. Why are we losing speed? Cool down, please. Oh man, want to become famous? Hey, Moobot. That's kind of the thing you should do something about. Well, what would I set for Moobot? I don't want to disable. I don't want to time out anybody with links, because I've got lots of friends that watch me and they put up links. I don't want to disable links. Well, special characters, I guess. Oh, thank you, Burn. There, yeah. I'm famous. I'm already famous because I got the bots coming. Tell me how to do it. Oh man, that was great. Yeah. RPG Maker. What was it? RPG Maker X or something? It's my favorite game. Oh, 40. Sorry, you can't see much scenery when I'm zoomed in on the speedometer, but I was trying to be fancy. Yes. Oh yeah, just chatting. I've got just chatting. Yes. Oh man. Well, they know where to find me. Well, it's a decently long train. Now see how much better would this train look with the caboose at the end. Are we still in the 4? I looked back. Oh, there's another speed limit sign. I don't think we're still in the 4. That was just that curve. Although, are we through the curve yet? Probably. 5. Are we almost down to half tank already? Yeah. Well, we're still at like 3/4. It's no big deal. Now, once we get around, look this way just so you can see the map better. Once we get around, oh, we got a little ways yet. When we get to that switch that's going to be on the right, then it's going to be all downhill from there into Food Factory. It'll be like the final stretch. Okay, we're at 50. No, we're at 40. Now it's back to 40. And why make it 50 for one little section and then back to 40? That's a little silly. That's Derail Valley, though. Any chance they can take to try to get you to derail. I mean, I hope they don't like smooth things out so that it's not like that anymore, because I kind of like that. It's a neat little quirk. On one hand, I love how much more realistic this game is getting. Like, I didn't play it from the beginning. I only got into it this past year. Well, not even, I got into it not too long ago. But apparently, earlier versions of the game was a bit more arcadey, a bit more derail-y, less realistic. I guess I should say, not even arcadey, but just less realistic. But they've made it a lot more realistic. The signs make more sense. They've been updated a lot. You know, the air brakes make more sense, stuff like that. They're doing a big rework on the steam engine now. That's gonna, I don't know when that's gonna come out, but that's gonna be work a lot better. But I don't want it to get too much like train sim, I guess, is what I'm worried about. Like, there's talks, people are talking about sometime long ways down the road, they're going to add double tracking and signals and AI trains, and I'm like, I don't know, that might be a bit too much. I mean, I'd still enjoy the game and play it. I'd love, you know, maybe it will be a completely different map. That would be neat. I just feel like it might get too big, if that makes any sense. It's not really the right way to put it, but I kind of like the way it is with how rural it is. Although I do understand the complaint that there's no other trains. It's like you're the lone worker on the entire railroad, and no trains move unless you're doing it. Great big marshalling yard, one train. Like a lot of this, the tracks in this game, like what we just went through, you're on like this narrow little shelf on the edge of a cliff, and to double track that, you'd have to like dig into the side of the mountain or extend out over the edge of the cliff. I don't know. It'd be interesting. And then all these narrow tunnels would have to be like, you just put another tunnel next to it. I don't think two separate tunnels, one for each direction. That would make sense. 6. We're only doing 40. Should be pushing it a bit more with the speed here. I think we're kind of downhillish already. Oh, 5. Never mind. We're only doing 4. No, it's not downhill, by the way. Gotta watch that wheel slip monitor, because we're in the age of doing our own manual repairs, and damaged wheels cost a lot more than sand. 6. Okay, that's too much even with the sand, I see. But I'm not gonna bother. Now we'll just coast. Oh, we made it up to 50 just about. 8, but see the red marks? That means it's going to go down the next section. But see, this just wouldn't be quite as neat in double track, I would think. Maybe it would just be like the main corridor of the line would be double track. I don't know. It's probably years down the line anyway. 5, and is that down or up? 2.2% grade. Oh, that must be down. I don't think we have to go up 2.2%. It was faded, so usually red means down and orange or yellow means up. But that was so faded I couldn't tell which way it was going. It must be down. I don't... Yeah, it is. You can even tell we're going downhill here. Okay, I'm going to slow down a bit for this. That was way too much. 5. Yeah, it's downhill. Not as steep. For some reason where the 40 is, I keep thinking is 50 on the speedometer. Well, I guess the problem is I'm used to still. You'd think I'd be used to the switcher now. We've been doing it for what? This is the 5th stream now? But the steam engine and the big diesel, the increments instead of 10, 20, 30 goes, 20, 40, 60, 80. So that's kind of what I'm still used to. It's still a 5. Oh, there's 5. Okay. Oh, of course, I tap the brakes and then it goes up to 8. But still, I want most of the train past that sign that we just went past before I speed up. Now it's going to be downhill pretty much all the way to Food Factory, I think. And I missed the sign because I was looking behind me. Probably went down. I doubt it went down below 60, but it could have been a 5 actually. Crap. More brakes. Going downhill anyway. Damn it, why did I decide to look backwards then? Missed the sign. I don't run this route often enough to really memorize it either. Like what speed is where. Like the main line I have kind of memorized in some spots anyway. It's tricky though. Well, we're doing 50. I don't think the speed limit's lower than 50. 60. And this is the last leg right before the Food Factory. Yep, there it is. Okay, I want to come in on C6. Now, we've got a pretty long train coming in, so the C6 is going to be clear, so I want to be able to pull straight in. Oh, we're going fast. Oh, boy. I didn't think we were going to pick up that much speed. That's okay. Yeah, I thought... No, that's good. I'm worried about the switch for the passenger. Yeah, that's what I don't want. Now C6. Which one's 6? Should have probably slowed down a bit, but we got it. Alright, good night, Lucy. I'll see you. That was a little tricky. I should have slowed down a bit more before having to throw those switches. Actually, I don't mind leaving the switches to 6i because that line is usually empty when you come in because that's an input track. And you're going to be coming in with cars to park. Of course, we're going to do a bunch of switching and stuff probably once we get here. But that end might stay the same. Because we're going to work everything from the other end that we're heading towards. I'm going to bring her right up to this sign here. Okay, that should be good. That is good, right? We are clear at the other end. I think so. I can only go forward another car? One car? Should be it. Let's see. Yep. Alright, they gave us 38 minutes and we did it in 23. Nice. So 5,300 for that. $57 for that. We just made what, 10,500? I can math. We have 43,500. Very nice. That was a really good run. That was a very good run. No, there's no funny business fees. Nope. Okay. 7,900. So that's going to be about $4,000 to fuel and repair the switcher that we just drove in here with. It's double if you pay for it here. And probably I'm going to have to do that before it lets me do any of these switching jobs, I'm guessing. Because that's probably the train that we just brought in. Yeah, from machine factory to food. Yep, that's the one we just brought in. That's an extra $2,000. There's the other part of it. But I have a funny feeling it's not going to let me. Let's break up the cars now because I know we're just going to do one of them at a time. Although, could potentially save a bit of fuel. Hear me out. 12 minutes, 24 minutes. Okay, so one of the strings, it's going to have me one drop off, two drops off. One of the strings, the whole string is going to go unload and then put on a track. And the other one, it's just two different spots that it wants to be parked on. I could do both switching jobs at once. It would save a bit of fuel. Might not get the speedy bonus, but as long as we drop off this one first, I think we would. 31. Is that this end or the other one? 83, 31. That's the other end, of course. The only problem with this is we don't have the remote control. This is a very long train, so if we did it all at once, especially since I want to park the back half first, that's going to be really tricky. Even though they'll be, after we unload them anyway, they'll just be empty flat cars and you can see past. It's still going to be really tricky. We'll break it in half, do one at a time. If I had the remote, I would do it all at once and try to save a little bit of fuel, but I don't have the remote, so. 31, right? No, 83. Derp. Okay. Boy, that game was fun. Rekinder. No, it's no. We're not gonna spoil anything. The name of the game is Rekinder. Yes, it's a pretty decent RPG Maker game. Mike played it in the stream. That song especially was special. All the RPG Maker games, that one was pretty good. It wasn't the best, but it was pretty good. There were some slow moments and some kind of ridiculous things, but overall I think it was pretty good. Okay. So we're doing 83 first. Don't fall under the ties. There we go. Let's see if it lets us accept it. I'm gonna... Let's see, how much fuel do we have? Half a tank. Almost guaranteed that it's gonna tell me I have too much debt. Yep, too much debt. Which is really silly because I still have half a tank of fuel. So we gotta unhook the engine and bring it over, fuel it up. Okay, fine. Do I have an open track? Center track is empty. Nice. It's not guaranteed to be empty in this yard because you have the passenger tracks that are guaranteed to be empty. At least one of them. I'm just going real quick. There. Just in case anybody's lurking and wants to check out my Discord. I don't think anybody is. Day is today, Thursday? Yeah, probably not a great night. I did start a bit earlier though. I wouldn't be surprised if some people might be getting tired of this game too. It's not for everybody. I love it, but if you're not a huge rail fan, then it probably gets boring. It is a bit more of a grind because I have it on hard too. But once we do these switching jobs, I've already got 43,000, and we're going to get a bit more. We're going to have 50,000. Oh boy. That will get us MU. MU is 30, and concurrent jobs 2 is 20. That'll get us both of those. Which means we'll be able to link up 2 or even 3 switchers, or 4 if you're really crazy. Although the fuel usage really gets nuts if you link up that many. But you can. And so we'll be able to link up a lot of power, and we'll be able to haul as many jobs as we want, basically, instead of just being able to do 2. Yeah, concurrent jobs 1 means that you can do 2 jobs instead of 1. Concurrent jobs 2 means unlimited. As many jobs as you want to link together, you can do. If you got enough power to do it, then you can do it. Oh, there's a big D6 part here. Maybe we can get our pictures in. I think we could. Oh, I don't want to go here. I need to service, not turn the engine around. That's there. Oops. I'm a derp. Who threw that switch? Shut it down, actually. That was kind of silly. So we're just going to do, well, I'm going to take pictures and stuff, so yeah, we'll save a little bit of fuel, not much. Alright, let's start with the biggest part of the bill, diesel. Half tank, it looked like. 33333, not repeating though. A little bit of sand, not much. Not much, $72. Yeah, the rest of the bill is not much. It's all mostly the fuel. Well, 158 in oil. Better not done anything to the body. And 136 to wheels. That's not too bad. 350 to engine though. That's just wear and tear. Can't do anything to ease on that. Well, maybe throttle matters, like if you're really running it hard. 4,000. Yep, that's about what I figured it would be. Still have 39,004. That's before we do all those switching jobs, so I have a feeling we might. What am I doing? I want to get my wallet. There. I put my wallet on 4 now, because that's where I want it. There, 4. And we got jobs, and then the potch at the end. Yeah, that's good. That's much better. That's where I keep expecting the wallet to be. Now it's finally there. Okay. Survey says, yeah, the sun's out enough. No. Reskin. And this is the ONW skin that I made for the DE6. And now we can see it in the light. It's a concept because they never had any this style engine. They only had ONW only had the streamlined F units, F3s and FTs. And they had switchers, they had NW2s and 44 tonners, but they never had a big unit like this. They didn't last that long. But I think this is what it would look like if they did. I don't know if they would have gone with that stripe up here. That was a thing on the F units. I put it there, but it's on the doors. I'm not so sure I like it, but I did it. And for some reason on the F units now, it might have changed if they got this far and had these units, but they never put lettering on the engines. They never put, New York, Ontario, and Western. There was plenty of room, big long engines. Like even the F units were pretty long, but they never did it. They just put this little ONW logo right in the middle somewhere, and that was it. Actually, oh, that's unfortunate. I'm gonna have to change that. When I made the skin, I just said, oh, I'll put the ONW right in the middle. Well, guess what? First off, that's not really quite middle. Second of all, it's in between the doors there, so it doesn't look good like that. I'm gonna have to put it over to the right. I'll use the default skin as an overlay so that I can tell where the lines are. I'll just move it to the right a bit. Here, if it'll fit. It needs to be on a blank door so that you don't have this in the way and you don't have this seam in the way with the hinges. I could move it here. It wouldn't be centered anymore, but that's a nice flat spot to put it. Yeah, you got fins here, you got doors, you got latches. Too bad the line's down there, but that's the only place where the line could have gone. It can't go higher. Else it would be broken by the windows. It has to go under the windows. I didn't think of that when I did this. Yeah, it's gonna have to go here. It won't be centered, but at least it'll be more legible. Maybe I'll break tradition and write out New York, Ontario, Western. Write it out in orange on the gray part. What do you think? Like, no, there's Conrail. In Southern, they did it right across the doors like that. I don't know if I'll do that. I'm gonna have to think about that because it breaks tradition. Because O&W never did that for some reason. So I'm guessing they just didn't want to have to waste time, and time is money, on putting in letters, so they didn't do it. There's this end. Now, believe it or not, even with a locomotive like this, some railroads, especially Southern, I think, would run long hood forward, which would mean this end instead of the back would be the front, and the controls would be flipped around in the engine so that this would be the front. Because that's how steam engines were. I guess that's probably the theory. Now, how's that one? That one's in between two. Doesn't look as bad, but yeah, I want to change it. This one, oh, the funny thing is, I guess center on the file isn't necessarily center. This one looks like, sorry, I'm using my hands on the screen to try to move it over and see. This one looks like it would just barely fit just to the right of that latch. So if I just move the logo to the left a little bit. Which means the other one should too, because these two sides are mirror images of each other, I think. So these doors. So you got that, you got plain doors. Sorry, this isn't great content, but I'm these. Oh, okay. So on that side, it's like in between here. What if I put it here? I think it'll fit here. Like, even if I have to make the round logo just a tiny bit smaller, I think I'll put it here. Then it would be in the middle still. It wouldn't be way down there. Okay, so I'm gonna... Hold on. 1, 2... Here. That's where I was saying, right? Yeah. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, all the way on the left edge of this picture. That's where I want it. I'm totally gonna remember that. 1, 2. This one's easier, just move it to the left. Of course, I don't really know which side is which. I'll figure it out with the overlay. Okay. Alright, that's that. Nothing else I needed to take a picture of. Now, anyway. Put this back on switch. There. Alright, we fueled up. We paid for it. Let's go pay everything off. Well, I really don't have to. I'm going to go over and pay the emissions, but it's pretty pointless because I'm just going to start the engine back up and come back over here. It's going to let me pick up new jobs. It was the fuel bill that was keeping me from paying new jobs. Yeah, the emissions are only $200. Whatever. Man. 39 and MU is 30. Yes. Of course, my copay is already high enough to not like it anyway, but this is going to bring my copay up 5,000 more, and time bonus deadline up by 1%. That's not too bad, I think. Might as well buy it now, right? I've got the money, and then if I get another 20,000, I can get the concurrent. Let me see these switching jobs, if any are really heavy. It's hazmat. Damn. That's worth a lot. I know I gotta buy hazmat too. So, nope. I know I can't do passengers. Ooh, 441. Now that's the kind of thing we're gonna want MU for. Baby switch job. It's a hazmat. It's a hazmat, yep. But at least hazmat 1 would be nice. Now that's going to turn into a load. Yep, to harbor. It's not going to be worth much, it's only 3 cars, but it is going to turn into a load for harbor. Factory. Now this would only be if I was able to get concurrent jobs too. So then I could link up 2,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000, so that's 4,600. That would be 7,000 total. Still not as good as that one train going to harbor. Of course, it's not quite as far as harbor. Oh, here to goods factory is actually pretty short. So that might be. Then there's another 1,700. Goods factory. That probably makes it worth it to go to goods factory if I can combine all those jobs together. That's more passengers. So if I can't get another 20,000 after I'm done with the switching jobs, which I don't think the switching jobs are worth that much. Oh no. No, the switching jobs are not worth any much, or it's near that much. Actually, it would be another 10,000 I would need. But still, I'm not going to be able to get the concurrent jobs, but we'll do that. That plus whatever that turns into. Won't be much extra, but be something. Oh, wait. That's harbor. 24. That ain't much. It's 3 cars again. We'll figure it out. But anyway, since the engine's paid off right now, I don't see any reason why not. Let's just buy our multiple unit. Ta-da! We can now hook one engine up to the other and control them both, or however many. I don't put there. We can all control them from one of the engines. That actually becomes very useful. Because actually what I'll do right now is, even if you're only using one switcher engine, which we're going to be doing here. Actually, I don't need, well, it will be useful because you can't see too good. So this engine is facing this way. Mine is facing the, okay, that works. Just have to start it up just long enough to, actually we'll keep the other one off, yeah. Okay. I'll show you what I'm mumbling about. This one's facing this way, the other one in the shed's facing that way, yeah. What we're going to do now is we're just going to use this one. We're going to keep the other engine off, but we're going to hook up to it. And also, we're going to RP that we're running. Oh no, that's number manager. We're running ONW, so. Both gray. There we go. Oh, I just put that back on switch. Yeah. So the neat thing about this is even though I'm only going to have this engine running, yeah, back. We're going to link up these two engines back to back. Now that MU is enabled, the MU cable, show off. From either engine, we can control both of them. So this end, even though this one's not running, will be the one we're probably controlling everything with. But you can just hop back and forth and face forward either way. You'll see when I start doing it. It's easier to just do it than try to explain it. But that's the MU cable that we couldn't touch before. So that's set up. Now the only downside to this, well, first off, you're going to use a little bit more fuel because you are dragging a dead engine around basically. But the advantage is if you run into a situation where you need power, you just start up the other engine. But the only real disadvantage to this is that light that I'm always looking at, that wheel slip light. That still only works in the engine that's slipping. So if you're controlling from the dead engine, that light is not going to come on if you're slipping wheels with the other engine behind you. So if you're doing something kind of heavy, you're probably just going to want to start up the other engine. Just even if you don't really need it. Just instead of pushing it and then worrying if you're slipping the wheels on the other engine. Or you can just control it from the other engine and look around the one. Yeah, that's an option too. But this makes a nice combo. Because when we get up to the end here, you just gotta remember that you're twice as long now. Like I just put on the independent brakes and it does it for both engines. All you have to do, now if you want to try to really RP it and not use your dash key, you can do this, which is a little tricky because you gotta jump. There you go, now you're in the other cab. And now this is the front. You can just turn the lights on there. But the problem is, if you're doing something kind of heavy and you're only powering the other engine, yeah, like I just said, if the wheels are slipping, it won't show up here. Now somebody made a suggestion to the devs in the Discord to have the wheel slip lights link up, because I don't know how multiple units really work with diesels. I know diesels always have wheel slip light. Oh, I did not back up far enough. An idiot. I'm not smart. It's bad everybody always knew that. Yeah, I wanted to throw that switch back. That's why I did that. But anyway, they did make the suggestion to link up those wheel slip lights. I don't know if in real life with multiple diesels linked up in MU, if that is really how it works. It probably is. I would think that the wheel slip, I would think it would be linked up like that so that if any of the units that are linked up start slipping, the light would come on. It's probably how that would work. Could be wrong, but probably. So that'll be nice if they ever do that. They might do that one of the updates coming up. They didn't say they would, but I know eventually. I think the next big update, there's going to be a small update coming up soon that's mostly going to get rid of the snow and bring us back to green temperatures. But there's probably going to be some other little fixes, I mean. But the next big update is going to be steam engines. They're going to overhaul how the steam engines work. And they're going to add another steam engine. They're going to add a little switcher. Oh, wait a minute. Why am I on the center track now? Oh, that's the way I came in. I'm thinking and gabbing too much. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. Wait. No. I do want the other end. I want to work it from that end. I'm an idiot. No. Mostly the yards in this map, in the food factory here, are double-ended. You can work it from either end, except there's one siding up at the other end from here over to the left that you can only, it's a little dead-end siding that you can only access from that end. So because of that, I always work the yard from that end, because you never know when the switching job is going to say, oh, by the way, put these cars on A1. It's like, oh, I'm on the wrong side now. I got to run around the cars, and you're never going to get your speedy bonus like that. So always work it from that end. It's a little bit better anyway, because if I worked it from the end that we just came from, then you're going through that tunnel back and forth, and you can't see anything. And if you get the remote, it doesn't matter. But if you don't have the remote, that makes it a lot worse. It's uphill either way, though. Now, the easier way to do this is just there. I just hit my dash button and automatically just flipped back. That's what I'll probably mostly do. There we go with another Michael Jackson remix that we're testing the waters with. Technically, it's a remix. It should be okay. It's only the vocals from the Michael Jackson. It's not the music from the Michael Jackson. So we'll see what happens on YouTube and Twitch, by the way. Who knows? Maybe the VOD will get muted. Not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal now. If I ever got popular somehow, it would be a big deal. But right now, who cares? I guess we're there. Okay. I can't wait for the next big update, though, that does the Steam stuff, because if they bring in a Steam switcher, which I think that's what it's going to be a tank engine, a Steam tank engine, so it's going to be a Steam engine without a tender behind it. You know, the coal and water is stored on the engine. They look a little goofy, but they're much shorter, and they're good for switching, mainly, or if you have to run the engine both ways. But if they bring that in, then you could go completely steam and never use diesels at all. It would be harder because steam is just a lot more work. There's a lot of things to keep track of with steam. And you wouldn't be able to link up two little steam engines and just control them from one. That's not a thing with steam. But you could definitely do that. I mean, I've done switching with the big steam engine, and it takes longer because you can't see, and you have to stop and run up to the other end of the train and stuff, but you can do it. Okay, so which one's 83 is first? 3d4. Okay. That's relatively easy. We already disconnected to two sets of cars, right? Pretty sure. I connected this. Let me just make sure. Yes. Now, because I'm a little paranoid about splitting the wheels, I'll still control it from this one. At least until I get as much power down as I want to get, then I'll flip. Yeah, now we're here. So yeah, I think MU is definitely worth the 30,000. It's a good thing to get early. At least until the steam switchers come out and then you decide not to go diesel at all. I wonder, can I... No. I was wondering if I could look back and see if I'm slipping the wheels. Can I see the light? No. That would be neat if you could. Okay, we've got about 9 cars, 8 or 9 cars. I'm gonna say around there. I'm guessing, can't really see. Yeah, that was pretty good. And I don't know why I switch it here, because I always have to make sure the switch is thrown for the loading track, which it is. Now we can control this way. It is nicer. Oh, good thing we got the power unit because the wheels just slipped a bit. Surprised we're going downhill and these are empty, so really don't need both engines started up. Maybe we did the 2 strings at once, maybe. I think we're about at the crossing. Can't tell really, but yeah. Oh, not yet. There we go. I don't know why I'm so intent on watching this. I know it's all clear. The sign for the clear is going to be on this side anyway. Okay. Half goes to 3 and half goes to 4. Let's figure out which half is which. 074 goes to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just break it up here. 2, 3, 4. Let's just be double sure. 814. Yes. Now, did I leave the brakes set? No. Okay. I didn't think so. That just seemed like too much air. Just for the engine brake. Oh good, there's already cars parked there. That means they're not going to make me park there. Now what track? Oh, T3. I don't know why this confused me so much. Yeah, T3. I don't know why that confused me as much as it did. I did screw some right buttons. I forgot to set my pocket watch. Come on, it's empty. It's 4 empty flat cars. Come on, get a move on. I just want to make sure we're not pushing anything with no brakes. Oh, brakes on, I mean. I guess that's okay. It's a little wacky, but yeah. I almost said with the Power 2 engines we don't care if the brakes are left on, but we're only using one of those. And still, you don't want to shove with the brakes on. I think that might cause a little bit of damage that you have to pay. Not quite sure of that, but it might. The only thing that could get a little confusing with switching like this is the reverser, because when you're facing forward, you're moving the reverser. You know, forward is this way. When you're in the other engine forward, it's the other way. It usually doesn't get confusing for me, but when it does get confusing is later on when you have the remote, because then the remote is just controlling one of the units, right? So if one of them's backwards and the other one's forward, then it might be confusing if you're using both the remote and hopping around between the cabs. So you want to do one or the other, not both, really. So when you use the remote, you just have both engines facing the same way, probably. And anytime, if you're going to use two shunters, anyway, and you're going to leave from one town and go to another, always make sure they're both facing the same way, because if you think they overheat a lot when they're facing the right way, they really overheat when they're backwards, because the engine's at the front. So the logic is, if the engine's backwards, the air's not flowing into those fins in the front. That was the wrong button. Hit the throttle instead of the brake. I'm kind of freaked out a little bit there. That was dumb. So yeah, once you get the remote, you definitely want them both facing the same way. Even without the remote, when you're going to leave town, you flip one of them around so they're facing the same way. Which every single yard and town in this game most of them have a turntable. And the only time they don't have a turntable is when the track is situated in a loop. Or like Goods Factory, it's kind of like a U, and then there's a reversing diagonal across it. So then you can just turn around that way. Why are we having a hard time moving here? Just not giving her enough throttle. Only 4 empty flat cars. Okay, so these ones go up to 4. One track over. So basically the point is, any town you're in, you can easily flip the engines around. I'm trying to turn it from here. I gotta turn the one for track 4 too. That one. And 4 instead of 3. It's nice when they don't make you go into a C yard for this. I think those are probably all connected. Actually, I think it might buzz at me if it's not. No, it only buzz if the couplers are connected, but not the air. The air isn't turned on, stuff like that. Let's see if we can move. I'm glad I'm in the engine that's powered right now. There's a storage track, so those tankers are definitely empty anyway. Okay. Done. Good. Half the time, just about half the time that they gave us. Cool. Just 1 minute. Does that? Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I'm back. I was talking to my mom for a while, so I have a funny story to tell if anybody's here. Um, oh, Burns still here. Oh, work. No Spot's here. I thought you were sleeping. But anyway, let's see. It starts with my mom's boyfriend. He's like been playing around with stocks a lot, like buying a few stocks here, through a few there, trying to make a lot of money. We'll see how it works out. It's something called Robinhood. That's been in the news because of the whole shenanigans with the GameStop stocks. But anyway, he's always asking like, "Hey, what do you know about that's popular that might have stocks?" That so, mostly jokingly, I sent my mom a video of Gura, Shark Girl. I was like, "What about Hololive? Do they have stock?" I don't even know if they have stock. Well, like if they have stock, they're huge this year. It's like year of the VTuber right now. So you should check into that. So she wrote it down. I spelled it out: HOLOLIVE, Hololive, all one word. So skip forward a couple hours later, and she's talking to John. He's the one that's playing with the stocks, and she's telling him to look it up. But she doesn't tell him to look up Hololive. She tells him to look up Hol Olive. Because that's how she read it. HOL Olive. I'm like, I never thought of that. Technically, you could look at it that way. But I don't know. Maybe it's not really that funny, but I thought it was freaking hilarious. Oh, I'm done here, right? Well, I do want to throw the switch back so we're at the loading track next time. But, she was saying Holla Olive. Like she put an I in the middle too, so it's like Holla Olive. And when I first walked in there just now, she's like, "Yeah, I told him to look up Holla Olive." I'm like, "What? What's Holla Olive?" I don't know why. I thought it was a good idea to tell my mother about the rabbit hole that is VTubers. But I did, just to mention it and say, it's kind of, they're really, I mean, it's true, they are really freaking popular right now. I don't know if the bottom's ever going to fall out or what, but, and I mean, I think they're popular for good reasons. It's not artificial or anything. They're good content makers too. Yeah, sure, there's some things that are a little silly and whatnot, but overall, they're pretty good. I've definitely fallen down the rabbit hole with them. But that was really funny. She's like, Holla Olive. Holla Olive. John never heard of it either. I'm like, well, nobody heard of Holla Olive. You have a chance if you say Hololive, though. Oh, Lord. So anyway, he found some stock of some company called, I can't remember what it was called. It was like Hollow something else, and he thought maybe it could be it, but it was a Chinese stock, and and last time he tried to do the Chinese stock, they wouldn't let him buy it because China. I don't think that was it though. I'm pretty sure Hololive is Japan, because that's where it first started, Japan, and then they got Indonesia, and then American, which is Hololive EN. Well, English, not American. Who knows where they are? But I think Indonesia is the newest one. I don't know. Anyway, I don't think it's a Chinese company. Although if it was a Chinese company, it would make sense why the whole Taiwan is or is not part of China thing became such a huge controversy. Who knows? Anyway, I don't think that was it. That was too funny though. The Holla Olive. Oh God, why did I mention this to these people? Okay, that's the job we're on now. 12 minutes, so the whole thing's gonna go probably right back here on one of these tracks when it's empty. I do one C95. Yep, that's all the way, right? Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's a good rabbit hole to fall in, is what I'll say about it. You know, so what if you fall in the rabbit hole? It's not a bad thing. I mean, maybe if you got really crazy with donations, but hey, if you get really crazy with donations, it means you got the money. So, good, you're donating. And it's good content. I find it interesting that all these VTubers are only on YouTube. I guess it must be worth it to do YouTube. Maybe some kind of exclusivity thing. You'd think that it would be worth it more on Twitch with all the bits and everything, but the thing with the bits is, well, I guess you could change it, but you know, people could donate like 1 or 5 bits. You know, there's not much of a limit. Oh, you could just make the limit. What, 500 bits would be $5. Maybe YouTube doesn't take as big of a cut as Twitch. That's probably what it is. Oh. Right, and it started off in Japan, yeah. That makes sense. Oh, hey, here's my welcome song. Oh, for Amazon Movie Watch Movies, yeah. Yeah, when like Amelia or Gura or anybody does a watch party, they just like sit at their desk or whatever. They say, "You guys find your own way to play the movie, and you know, just sync it." They have a big timer, and you sync it up. And I mean, that works too. I did it with Die Hard. That was pretty funny. Gura and Amelia watching Die Hard, and Amelia did Dark Knight, and the next one after that with Bane, whichever one that is. And you know, I wanted to watch those movies anyway because I haven't seen them in a while, so that was neat. The watch party. Die Hard was really funny to watch them watch. Oh, she did Shrek and Shrek 2. Callie's The Room. I didn't see that yet. I did see that she did The Room, and I was like, oh boy. I don't know if I can handle The Room. The Room is good for the memes. And, you know, I think I'll just leave it at that. And, you know, watch the clips of the memes and to the references and stuff. Oh wow, neat. It's so crazy how he can be so popular for being so bad. I mean, I'm sure he's a good guy, but his movies are horrible. I mean, it's just so funny. I think Vinny met him once, like he was at a TwitchCon or whatever, some kind of con, GamesCon, whatnot. I think Vinny like shook his hand and said a couple words to him or something. I don't remember now. But I mean, he's got to be self-aware of it by now. He's got to be. He can't really think that he's popular because he's this great movie maker, right? Check that out in a minute. Unload right there. Okay, now the whole thing is going to C9. Yeah, I thought so. Yep. That's great. Of course, Vinny does the best impression of him, just about. I liked that you had that ready to go. So, yep, Tommy knows about Hololive. VTuber Tommy, hey. I think it would take off. It would take off with how much fame he has in the gaming community and, I don't know, bad movie community. I think mostly gamers are and streamers and stuff are where his biggest fan base is now. Yeah, it would probably work. I'd love to see him try to play video games. I mean, who knows? Maybe he has played video games and he'd be actually good at it, but that'd be interesting. I don't think he would go the VTuber route, though. He would want to be on screen, and, you know, all his amazing acting prowess and stuff. Tommy Wee Show. He did well, if somebody can figure out how to play Dark Souls and like actually down a couple bosses or something, then they can play pretty much anything. Probably. Well, I don't know about like old school platformers and stuff, but those switches all lined up. But Dark Souls, that takes a lot of skill to be able to actually, get anywhere in it. If he just like did what I did with my wheel and just like putzed around in the very beginning, maybe down like the first boss, then that's not as special. I played Dark Souls a few times, but it was god awful. I mean, I was able to do it a bit, but it was pretty bad. I think I would probably do better with what do you call those things? Controller? That would have helped. Not a wheel. Mystery Science Theater-esque thing. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, it's funny how the internet... Oh, damn it. I thought I had all those switches lined up. I couldn't see that one. I'll be able to catch it. No. Thought I had them all lined up. Of course I didn't have them all lined up. I had to come out of that track. I could not see it, I could not. There, that was my very horrible Tommy Wiseau impression. Oh god, I can't even say that with a straight face, but okay. I love it when Callie makes a random reference like that, though. You really don't expect it from her. So what she does, it's pretty funny. Okay, now they're all lined up. And let's make up time. Okay, come on, they're just empty cars. Move. Oh, we just barely got the time limit. 11 minutes out of 12. It's only an extra, well, $877 for speedy bonus. Every penny is worth it. How much we got? 15. Not quite. Yeah, this is not gonna be worth 5,000. I was hoping I can get the other concurrent jobs license, but I'm not gonna be able to. That's okay. Oh, don't start that yet. I gotta hook up to the cars first. Load. One pickup, so all 3 empties are gonna be the same place. Good. SL12. Normally you wouldn't bother messing with such a small job, but we need every penny we can get. Oh, we've got this. This yard is... This track, I mean, is packed right up to the line. Actually, I need to probably go forward a little bit. It's kind of hanging off the end a little bit. It's probably fine, but I'm a stickler for that kind of thing. Okay, so it's not going to be these. So we just dropped these off. So the other storage track is over here. I don't think so. It's SL12. Oh, I know where it is. It's going to be the 3 cars. Yeah, they're over here, right? Yep. That's the little A track there. I don't suppose there's any word on Deltarune, like the Deltarune that everybody's played through and we've seen all the footage of. That was technically a demo or like chapter 1 or something like that. Is there going to be more of it? It's been a while. But it was really good from what I've seen. I don't own it myself, but it looked really good. Of course, the music was perfect. I hate all the I've mentioned this before, but I hate all the backlash that happened to Undertale. Because it was literally people just hated on the game because it got so popular. Like, they didn't hate it when it wasn't popular. Then all of a sudden, oh, it's horrible. It was baseless. It was stupid. Just people got tired of the memes, I guess, but I don't know. Game's still just as good as when it was just as good, if you make sense. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the fan base got wacky, but game's still really good. Yeah, you can like the game and not the other fans of it. I thought I did that, and I did not. Why are we rolling? So 12. Yeah. Yeah, really. That makes sense. It's really silly to hate on a game because some of the fans are wacky. I wonder if this song is copyrighted. What was it last night? My internet went down for a while. I was trying to figure out what I could play without internet. I ended up playing Melody's Escape for a little while. I had to like set up all my settings over again because I guess it was the first time I played it with this computer set up. C8. Okay. That was fun going back to Melody's Escape. I used to like stream that a lot and stuff. That's where a lot of those music came from. You guys decided to get into for me to play on Melody's Escape. This one's quiet for the first half. I think I have a metal version with vocals too, but that one I took out of the list because I figured it would get copyright claimed. Yeah, yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, everybody played it too. Yeah, we were just sending music to each other. Oh, Bern, I had to take your song out of my playlist for streaming because it got, well, I don't know. It wasn't bad enough to get a copyright strike, but it was bad enough for me to not get monetization. And right now I can't get monetization anyway, but eventually I might be able to, so I took it out. The Executioner. I was surprised that one came back. I guess it's not really a video game. Well, it is. It's from Toho, isn't it? Or the other one. Where's it from? Unimeko. Unimeko. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's not Toho. It doesn't have crazy pianos. Official novels, you know. Oh yeah, they're games. Well, you know what songs I had to take out of the list, and it really annoys me, is the music from Hard Truck 2 that I've had like in all of my streams and videos from when I first started playing, doing YouTube. That gets muted on YouTube now. Oh, it's load this time. Oops. That annoyed me. I don't... Wait, did that get muted? No. I think that one was one of the ones where the owner gets to put his own ads on, you don't get monetization. I was like, alright. So I'm like kind of weeding out all of my songs now, seeing what I have to take out of the list. Sucks. I really hate how strict they've gotten with music. It never used to be that bad. I think if I did a rhythm stream like Melody's Escape, I just wouldn't archive it. I just play whatever and not archive it. I mean, I know the joke for a while was that even Happy Birthday was copyrighted, but I don't think it is anymore. That would be really funny if you did like the original Happy Birthday and it got copyright claimed on YouTube. I think that was only a thing for a little while. And it was like, come on, seriously. Wow. One of the most ridiculous things I've heard was this happened to Squirrel. He's a really big streamer, and he got a copyright claim on one of his Twitch VODs on YouTube. He has a separate channel for VODs, like me now. And he got a claim when he was playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. Flight Sim. He was not playing any music, it was just Flight Sim gameplay. And the copyright was for audio. It was really stupid. It wasn't even like an engine sound. I could kind of understand if it was an engine sound, but it wasn't. It was like the sound of the wind whooshing by in the window or something really ridiculous like that. I think he was able to dispute it and get his monetization back on the video, but it was so stupid. It's like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. It's Flight Sim. Cricket noises? Yeah. I mean, what next? What if I walk around in the snow here? Actually, no joke though, when they added the snow, they added a lot of extra sounds. And they added the footprint sounds in the snow. Those sounds are pretty dead on. They're really good. What if they copyright that? Don't mind me, I don't think I need to couple up even. It's only 3 cars. Yeah, yep. Copyright sword bear. Oh. Only I can copyright that. I think if we archive Mike's streams, it would be the same way we did it before. Because he never wanted to archive his own streams. He never, like, put them up on YouTube or anything. We would record them ourselves and put them on archive.org. You know, what was good for that, for me anyway, was live stream, and of course that's dead now. I would just restream his stream on live stream and then download the recording of it. Can't do that anymore. Maybe DLive. Krong used that a few times. I bet it could get away with it on DLive. Live stream's gone. Ustream is gone. Even Hitbox is gone, although you could never do that on Hitbox anyway. This music. God. Turok 2. Oh, that was a good stream series for Vinny. Turok 2. Lost in that level, and then this music was going nuts with the trumpets and everything, and he was just freaking out. Steel mill. Okay, so we only have 17,000. Oh yeah. Yeah, you would take the link and Well, the problem now with Twitch is if it's something that Twitch doesn't like, they mute it right away. They mute the VOD. So that makes it a lot harder. I think that was just starting, like Mike's last few streams, and we were trying to figure out how to get around that. I think it really comes down to somebody's got to record it locally. Like I was doing with restreaming to the live stream, but instead of that, I'd have to record it. And God, that takes up a lot of space. Somebody with a really good hard drive would have to do that. Although I guess if you just recorded one stream and put it on archive and then deleted it on your hard drive, then it would be okay. And then of course there's always a chance what if archive.org shuts down. I don't think it ever would, but... Right. Well, my PC's always on, but what if I fell asleep and then I record all night long? Well, I guess you could always cut it. Oh, gee. I wonder why I have this one file. It's like 200 gigabytes. Huh. What happened? Okay. No more switching jobs. Now we have to make some decisions. I can only take 2 jobs. Yeah, 50 gigs of silence, yeah. We just came from Machine Factory, and that's only worth 2,500, so... Although that's worth 43... Oh, Jesus. So that's... I really don't want to go back to Machine Factory, but... That is 4, 5, 65, 600... 6,800 to go to Machine Factory. Let's see. That's 8,590 plus 441 plus 135. Hey, we get to use the 2 engines. 9, 10, 11. That's pretty good. That's like 12,000. I mean, Harbor is pretty far away, but still, that's like 12,000. It's just too bad I don't have concurrent jobs too. Then I could tack on another 2,400. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Big job, long trip, big payout. And then we have a bunch going to Goods Factory, which is pretty short trip. Let's see, we got 3,000, 1,700. Okay, that beats that. Wait, empties are worth more than loads? 2,600, 1,700, yep. Oh, they're empty containers, I see. So 26, 3,000, 2,000. That beats that. Then we got steel mill, 2,300. Nothing that goes with steel mill. City Southwest would go with that, but I can't put 3 together, so it would have to be on its own. What I could do, City Southwest. Actually, you could stop at steel mill on the way to City Southwest. That'd be worth 7,000. That's 4,000 sawmill. That's really not worth it. If I combined it with the City Southwest, which would probably not be a good idea because you're coming all the way down here. Actually, City Southwest wouldn't be too far out of the way on the way to Sawmill, so still, it's not worth that much. It's 8,000. And then there's probably not much of anything heading out of Sawmill, too. Usually there's not. Although it is somewhere I've never been before. Yeah, that's worth more than that. Well, I don't want to go back to Machine Factory because we just came from there. So that's the biggest payout, but also the longest trip. 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 12,000. Yeah. I think I'm going to do that. 12,000. That's pretty good. Then when we get down to the harbor, we're definitely going to be able to get concurrent jobs too. Which means you could, if we have a bunch of little logistical haul jobs, we can tack them together. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I've decided. Took me a while, but I decided. Cat food and canned food. One could say that's the same thing. How much fuel do we have? Let me let me guess, it's gonna make me fuel up again. Maybe not, we're at 3/4. Well, let's get the train together anyway. Is this one of the ones? FH31? FH31, okay, these 3 cars that we just parked here. And the other is 24. That's gonna be a bunch of box cars. That's gotta be that, right? One of these. That one. Alright, cool. 1, 2. And a Black Mesa. Okay. So this string of box cars. Oh good, we get to play with box cars. I don't think we have hauled box cars yet. Neat. Well, that's gonna be both engines. Wait, are we still connected? No. Who disconnected this? I'd like to have words with them. Stupid yard master. Man, it'd be awesome if Mike got into streaming again, though. That would be so cool. And it wouldn't be the same, obviously. It's been so many years since he streamed, but it would still be cool. A lot of people would show up. I wonder if he's still banned on Twitch. That was so stupid. I mean, I say it was really stupid, but at the same time, he really should have known better than to make another account on Twitch. He should have said, okay, I'm going to fight this ban, and at the meantime, I'll stream on, I think at the time, Hitbox was around, or something else, even live stream. But no, he made another account. Because the first ban, I think he could have easily fought, or wouldn't have lasted too long. Yeah. But then, when he made another account and they caught him, well, that's ban evasion, and then, phew. Yeah, I know he's really busy. Trucking is hard. Yeah, I would think so. It's not like he's got the same IP address anymore. You can't by now. He's moved a couple of times. I think for a while, even Hatter couldn't watch Twitch streams because of the IP ban, which was like, oh man, Twitch really went all out. At least this YouTube never got banned. That would be a real tragedy, because none of that is backed up anywhere by now. He's probably been through a few hard drives since then. There's no way that's still backed up. So if that all got taken down, oh man. I think he had to take down the Mr. Popo video. That was so stupid. I mean, I don't know. I'm not even going to really talk about that because I don't want to get in trouble. But the whole point of the thing was that they took away somebody's race, because apparently somebody having a race was racist, and he was just making fun of that, complaining about it, really. And it makes sense. But I guess YouTube caught up. I mean, he's had that video up for what, 10 years, and then all of a sudden YouTube's like, oh, that's no good. Yeah. Because I think he was streaming on YouTube for a little bit. And then they like took away his streaming privileges for like a year because of that stupid video. He's like, this video has been here for 10 years. Come on, people. That was really dumb. That was incredibly stupid, I thought. Okay, we're doing less than 10, so... Oh yeah, pro strat right there. Except you gotta hook that up and you always fall down doing that anyway. There you go. Alright, that's our train. Let's just check it all out. I guess that needs to go in the front. I don't know why I'm so anal about this, but I always am. Alright, 31. 31. 31. Out of the long one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. We have air back here. Alright, train inspection complete. That's how you do a train inspection at Derail Valley. I just want to look at these boxcars. That's great. New York, New Haven, Hartford. Now, since I have a lot of different boxcars in here, I didn't make these boxcars. But I did make one boxcar. Based on this one, I just got rid of the New Haven logo and I put on the OW. I put some lettering on too, I think, on the other side. I think I put some lettering on. Maybe not, because this one doesn't have any lettering besides the logo. I know I kept this stuff, like the capacity and whatnot. Yeah, see, there's a brake wheel right there, so they really need to make hand brakes. Oh, this one doesn't have lettering. Besides this stuff, it just has the logo, so I'm guessing that's what I did with the OW one. I haven't seen it in so long, I don't remember. Oh, there's more boxcars here. Oh, and here's the newer New Haven style, McGinnis era from the 50s. Didn't keep him from going bankrupt, though. And B&O. Alright. Alright. What's the bet on them not letting me start this job? Because I only have... Well, actually... Where are we going? We're going to Harbor. Actually, even though... I can probably make it there... Wait a minute. How much fuel do I have? Well, this one's full. I haven't even started that engine yet. Three-quarters. Slightly under three-quarters. Ah, screw it. I'll fill it up. Oh, yeah, Vern, go ahead. Yeah, it's late. It's 2:30. Alright. See you around. Thanks for chatting and stuff. Good to see you. I didn't realize it was that late. I'm actually wondering now if I should make this run. They're giving me 53 minutes to make it. I can do it a little bit faster than that, but it's still a long run. I want to, though. Especially now that we got the 2 diesels. That's going to make life a lot easier. Yeah, screw it. We'll keep going. Not that anybody's here anyway, but this is the only way I can play this game. Well, I mean, there's no real rule about that, but I've made up a rule that I have to stream this game. So anything on this save has to happen on stream. Oh, wait a minute. No, not that track. That track. Oh boy, this is gonna be copyrighted. Killer Groove. I forgot about that. It's from a video game, but those lyrics... That's gonna be copyrighted, I think. I guess maybe I should have let it play longer and see what happens, but whatever. Now, if I had the caboose, I could tack it on the end. And that's gonna be a big waste of money, really, if you look at it realistically, but I want the caboose. I do want the caboose. I think even before I get the steam engine, I'm gonna get the caboose. Using the train brake when I just have the engines right now. It's kind of a habit. And I'm not using it. Oh no, what did I turn? The first time, instead of this switch, I turned to something else. I have no idea what I turned. Great. I'll find out when I don't want to know. Oh, we're going back in here. Actually, guys, I think I am gonna stop after I fuel up here. Because, well, I could hold... First I was thinking that I wouldn't because I don't need to go downstairs anytime soon, really. It would be nice to have a snack, but I don't really care that much. But I'm starting to feel it in my tailbone, and so that means I need to eat so that I can take some ibuprofen. The tooth isn't as sore today, where the tooth was, I should say. But now my tailbone's bothering me. Freaking pain in the ass. Pain in the ass, literally. So I'll shut this down. That's not how you shut it on the engine ripper. Wait, was this the one that was off? I'm confused now. This is the one that's running. Right, so this one's full, right? Yeah, okay. I'm being stupid. Maybe it is time for me to stop. Where's the kiosk? There it is. Yeah, no point in shutting it down because next time I'm just going to start it right back up, but whatever. It's symbolic of ending the stream, I suppose. I was thinking of maybe streaming later after I go down and eat and take my pills and stuff, but what's the point? it's 3 in the morning. 2:30, it'll be 3 by the time I get back up. There's no real point in doing that. If I want to try to get nice numbers for affiliate, this is not really the right way to do it by streaming in the middle of the night. But it's when I'm mostly active and the birds aren't making any noises right now, and everybody else in the house is not active, so that's good. Was I gonna change anything with that skin? Yes, I want to. Oh, I just hit my mic. I want to move that OW logo a bit, right? Because that's what I got to do. I've been kind of avoiding it because I'm kind of, you would. I guess you wouldn't really notice it if you were here listening to me stream and stuff, but I'm pretty antisocial nowadays and stuff, and I have to like put this stuff on Nexus and do a little description. This is the OW skins that I made and whatnot, and I usually don't really do that because I should have been doing that for years with different things. Like I've made skins for Railroad Tycoon 3 that I should have uploaded somewhere. Never did. I think there were a few people that messaged me privately on YouTube, and they're like, hey, can we get some of those skins you made? Because I didn't only make O&W for Railroad Tycoon 3. I made New York Central and New Haven and a few others, especially on the F3s. But yeah, I'm a hermit. I'm an antisocial hermit kind of thing. So that kind of thing is kind of tough for me. I definitely want to put all this stuff on Nexus, though. I have to decide what I'm gonna do with like freight cars. Like I'm not gonna put my O&W box car up because literally all it is that New Haven box car that I showed you, and I painted over the New Haven and put O&W. I'm not gonna put stuff like that up. I mean, the passenger cars. Last thing before I stop, a little discussion about this. I don't know why. The passenger cars. Here we go. These are red ones. I stupidly put the stainless skins both in the right folders and the wrong folders. So this is one of the stainless ones, but it's on the red car and it should be on the blue car. So I kind of like how it looks, even though it's broken. But I kind of like it anyway. Yeah, I think. Yeah, there's New Haven. That's right. That's supposed to be the red one. But New York Central. Okay, that's New York Central stainless. See, it's still red and it doesn't say New York Central, but it kind of looks neat, especially if I ever got the chopped cars. But anyway, here we go. New York O&W Mountaineer. That's the one I made. Now we get PRR, not stainless, no, PRR modern. Ow. I wish my eyes weren't so bad, but show it on the other side. Or not, because we're all packed in here, but here's the PRR modernism skin. I did not make this. The guy that makes all the Pennsylvania Railroad stuff, I think, made this. And it's a great skin. It looks amazing. It's got the lines all lined up perfect, which I could never do on my own, probably. It's got the nice Pennsylvania lettering. It's really nice. I love it. And I like the other ones too, but this is really nice. So then what I did... because it's pretty close to the O&W Mountaineer. What I did is I took this dark red bit here around the windows, changed that to black, kept all the red and the lines and everything, and instead of Pennsylvania it says NY O&W, and then I put the O&W logo down here. And this logo with this little symbol here should be up above the windows, but it was the real O&W cars, they weren't these. I don't want to go inside. I want to go on top. Oh my god, please. But they weren't these round top type cars. They were square. Like, so they were higher on the sides, and then they had a taller, like, vent section in the center. It's a very common style of American American passenger car back then. But of course, these are kind of European cars, so they went with these really nice, like streamlined, round top cars, which American passenger cars did have that too, but they were later on steel cars, O&W cars. Well, I guess some of them were steel later on, but the Mountaineer ones, I don't know if they were steel, but they weren't round top like that, is my point. So I couldn't put the O&W logo up there above the windows. I could, but it would be really tiny. So I had to put it down here. I guess I could have put it here, but I wanted that space in between. But anyway, long story short, all I did was slightly relabel this guy's work. So I don't think I will ever upload this skin to Nexus. Probably. Unless somebody tells me specifically, no, you have permission, it's fine, do it. But that would require me to talk on the Discord, which I usually never do. But anyway, that one's the Petsy. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, the thing is, though, so I don't feel like I don't feel right. Words. Uploading my Mountaineer skin for the passenger car because of that. But the Mountaineer skin for the steam engine, that I made from scratch, pretty much. I think I might have traced a couple of lines from one of the other skins, but it's a full repaint. So that I will release, but then I'll have a picture of it with the passenger cars. People are going to be like, well, where's the passenger cars? And I'll be like, well, I kind of copied it from somebody else. And blah, blah, blah. The awkwardness. That's what I'm always trying to avoid, so I don't know. Also, I don't know if I should do like individual uploads, you know, just this engine and just the switcher, just the steam engine, or if I should do a pack, you know, one upload of all three diesels. You know, I've got one skin for this, and I've got two O&W skins and an M&NJ skin for the switcher, and then I've got the Mountaineer skin for the steam engine. Oh, and I have a plain black skin for the steam engine, which is literally just plain black, but the tender says New York O&W on it. That's really it. And I put a number on the smoke box of the steam engine, and I might have put the number on the cab too. I must have put something on the cab under the window. I guess the number. But that's it. It's just plain black besides that. And then what other skins? And then there's the gondola skin, which I did make from scratch, really. But then there's the the O&W gondola skin I made from scratch. But then there's the well, you know what? I'm finding crap to do here. Spawner. Does it cost money to spawn in cars? I don't think it does. I'll do it over here just in case it costs money to clear it. That way I can just leave it over here. Oh man, I can't read this. I need to move. Ow. I can't move. Don't get old, kids. And don't fall on your tailbone. Because it hurts. Oh, jeez. Okay, I must be way overdue for ibuprofen. Because that was bad. Anyway, now, funny thing with the gondola cars. Here we are. Gondola gray, gondola green, gondola red. The only gondola that actually spawns in naturally for jobs to take is red. Green and gray are unused so far. Gondolas are the newest cars. Okay, that didn't cost me anything. Pretty sure. Reskin. So, even though people make skins for all three colors, the red ones are the only ones that naturally spawn. So what I did is, what I do, I mean, is, and I download other skins or make my own for the gondola. I put it all in the file for the red one. That way they all have a chance of spawning. I mean, I could just do what I just did and spawn in more cars of the gray and the green variety, but I never do that. I always thought it costed money, but it doesn't apparently. Anyway, this is one of the new ones I got, Virginian. Let's see, I want to see if they all work now. I'm worried that I kind of hit the limit of how many skins I put in here. So that's B&O. That's Virginian. Reading. PRR Kingstone, very nice. Keystone, I mean. I actually haven't seen these yet. They've been around on Nexus for a while, but I never downloaded them. Pittsburgh and Lake Erie, nice. So far they're all working. Maybe last time when I tried it a while ago, I just goofed. There's mine, O&W. I just painted it black. See, I don't know how to make it like rusty and dirty. It's like another layer that you gotta add on top. I don't really know how to do that. So I just painted it black. It's new. It's a new one. But I put the O&W logo on it and put New York, Ontario, Western. I looked up pictures of O&W gondolas so that I could match it right. Came out pretty good. I don't know if I really should have put a number on it because they're all going to have the same friggin' number. But I guess I felt something was missing without the number. Okay, that's O&W. New York Central. Now this one I made, but literally all I did was take the original green the original green gondola. I exported it with Skin Manager, and then I put my lettering and my logo on it. Ta-da, New York Central. This skin took me like, what, 10-15 minutes to make? I think I did have to play with it a little bit. Something with the logo, making it fit just in there. I think I did have to play with it a little bit, but still, it was really easy. And Central, Norfolk Western, that's one of the new ones. The only thing I made was O&W New York Central and, when do we see it? LNE. LNE, there it is. That's the default gray gondola that I just added the lettering to. Whoops. Came out pretty good. But that's why it has the neat rust spots and dirt. Because I didn't have to paint the gray. I just took the original skin and just stuck the lettering on it. There are no original skins, unfortunately, that was black. That's what I needed for O&W. Oh, LNE. Is LNE the last one? No, it's Mirror Lake Erie. I got a bunch. They all work though. So technically they should all spawn in. I was worried that I had too many and it wasn't going to work. I think the hoppers have that problem. Okay, there's B&O. Wait, did I get a new one that's black? Sorry, my brain is slow. You know what? I did, and I didn't keep it because the New York Central one was black. And I didn't keep it because I had another New York Central. That's blue, right? Yeah, that's kind of bluish. But I was going to take the black one that was rusty and stuff and then make my O&W out of that one. So, because my O&W one sticks out like a sore freaking thumb because there's no rust. It's got a fresh paint job, and none of the other ones have fresh paint jobs. So, I don't know, we'll see. Oh, you know what I just thought of? If the rust is another layer, Oh, you know what I need? I need the default, I think. If I extract the default, I might be able to get the rust layer. I need to first add default though. Okay. Okay, can I clear it? $0, yes. Okay. Well, that was my little tangent on that. So, let's see. So, I made the gondolas. I made boxcar, which I'm not gonna ever release. Boxcar, gondola. Faster cars. Oh, hoppers. I made a hopper. Same thing, I just took somebody else's hopper and skinned it. Hopper yellow, oh, teal brown. Teal? There's my own W. Once again, I just took somebody else's skin and redid it for own W. Came out pretty good, though. I will say it came out pretty good. That is not so good. It's okay. But that one I'll probably never release either because the same thing. I just reskinned somebody else's. Okay, that's it. Alright, now I will stop. And I don't know, maybe tonight after I eat I'll upload something. Maybe I'll just upload once I fix the logo on the big diesel, that and the two switchers together, the two OMW switchers. So I have one upload for the big diesel, one upload for the switchers. Probably all three switchers, I'll just throw in an NJ too. That one really, it's pretty rough. It's the first one I made and I didn't line up the lines as good, and there's some yellow in some spots where it doesn't belong that I don't know how to fix, so yeah. And then the steam engines. But anyway, we're gonna stop here. I'll see you guys around. Thanks for showing up, whoever did. Later.